Hey, best friends. I'm Claire.
I'm Yana.
Welcome to
My Best Friend's Book Club.
How incredible!
Hey, Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy summer.
Gosh, when Merry Christmas comes, it's going to be so fucking exciting
We're
for
gonna have
us.
to start a whole new podcast called
Just
Merry Christmas.
If you don't know what Crease is, it's Merry Christmas.
But we shortened it to save time.
And to be more inclusive of all holidays.
How does Merry Christmas make it more inclusive?
It's not Christmas, it's not Xmas, it's not Hanukkah, it's just a crease.
Okay, I'll
Can't
accept
argue
it.
with that.
No, you're not wrong.
Yana, did you have a beautiful week or what?
I had a week.
What?
It wasn't that beautiful. It was fine.
Tell us something positive that happened. So hard
I hate
for her.
when you do
I know.
this. I really hate when you do this. Okay, my cucumber plant produced little tiny babies, and I am watching them grow into the big, beautiful cucumbers that they're going to become.
Let's all give the little Gen Z finger thumb thing for Yana over
I'll
here.
give you the finger thing. What negative thing happened for you this week?
Ooh, we were just talking about this. This
Yeah.
isn't fair. I won't get into...
Get a different one. I'm sure
That's
something
fair.
terrible
I shouldn't say
happened
that
as well.
one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, it's work related. Sorry.
Always. That's okay.
I know. I am having to do some terrible renders to design a physical environment, and it's kicking my ass, and they refuse to move the review date.
She works for Madison Square Garden, and the client is Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. So,
Yana,
Yeah.
what are we reading?
the book club for troublesome women. Damn it.
Bye. You're like, I don't know.
Margot.
No, you're in the right vicinity,
Margarine. Margaret. Marie Bostwick.
though. You did a great job with that.
Thank you. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah.
It's a book that I don't want to put down, but I must
Yeah.
to follow the reader calendar.
Do you think our listeners are liking it?
I'm not sure. I think you maybe have to have a specific view of the world to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's
And if
true.
you don't, then you might be offended. And if that's the case, that's okay. We don't always read the books that you like and resonate with you. The best part is, though, you don't have to read it because we'll summarize the books for you.
Yeah.
And if you like to read, you can just find our reader calendar. That girl is up there. She's pinned to our socials.
Do you want me to give a little tiny recap of last week?
I would love to hear the recap. I actually forgot that we were going to do that.
I just remembered. I'm going to make it really short and simple. We met these 4 book club women. We found out that they are reading a book that's a little out there for the time that we're living in.
1963?
Yeah, 1963.
Yeah.
But they're all housewives, and they are figuring out that sweet, sweet balance of being a wife, a mother, but also wanting a little bit other stuff for yourself. I'm not going to say more because it's just different. There's other things that they might want in their lives. And in addition to being wives and mothers, and they're reading a book about feminism, essentially. And that's just like a big no-no.
Do you remember the name of the book?
The Mystique.
The Feminine Mystique.
The Feminine Mystique.
We're going to keep Yana's memory fresh on this podcast.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
Yes?
Bite me.
Where? Tell me where.
I'll show you.
I've been reading too much Game On. We'll get into that at the end there.
I'll get into it sometime with you.
You'll like it. You'll like it.
Oh, you'll like it.
I do like it.
Okay. You'll like it more. And our main character is Margaret, and her husband Walt and her are really seeming to like get into a new space in their relationship. And Margaret's just doing a little too much for Walt.
We also kind of feel for Walt, though, because
I don't feel for him.
I feel for him because he fell into his societal role of like man provider.
Yes.
He's clearly miserable because he did that. And then it seems like she did want to be a mom and a housewife, but she also wants other things beyond that. And she's also playing a role that she doesn't want to play anymore.
So I guess where I don't really care about Walt's feelings
He
is
has a
where
That's where it stops.
it's his approach. Like
That's
he's
fair.
just he's mean
And he's like immature.
and petty. And while I support pettiness because I too like to dip my toe into the petty
Just
world.
a toe, Yana.
It's my biggest toe, though.
I jump in that pool.
I swim in
fucking
it,
cannonball.
bathe in it every day. It's my holy water.
I loved in the Twilight episode when she was hating on Robert Pattinson and you were like, take him down. Like, tear him apart. I was like, oh my God.
I stand by that.
It was so funny.
No, I think Walt just needs to approach things a little differently. He's not really treating, I'm not even going to say his wife with respect, but just people. She's just a person too. Like, treat her with some respect, you
That's
fucking
fair.
asshole.
It's like you can be upset about the path at which you have taken, which is obviously of your doing, but then instead of retaliating onto others, you need to take control.
Yes.
And like not be a dick about it.
And
like
you can be upset with the
turn the
choices your
wheel.
wife is making too, but like don't fucking ruin her cake.
I know the cake was really upsetting.
Anyway, and also in this book club are Viv, Bitsy, and Charlotte. And we're learning a little bit about their lives as well. Charlotte's Miss like fancy, but she also has like a gazillion children. Viv is Margaret's like bestie faux estie. And Bitsy's the youngest one. She's quite an age difference with her husband, though. But she's also the only one that doesn't have a child, at least yet. And yeah, we're just like navigating their stories and their relationships. And again, it was just the first 50 pages.
Yeah.
So we're still learning.
And where we left off is Margaret had just made all the fancy appetizers.
For their first book club.
The women are about to show up. Walt took a big ass piece of the cake out, like
Walt's
a
bitch.
fucking asshole, because he didn't want his cheese sandwich.
Cheese sandwich sounds delicious.
He stormed out, and it's right before the women are about to arrive.
You know, the people who don't appreciate cheese sandwiches are the people that definitely don't do all the cooking all the time.
Heat that shit up. It's a grilled cheese.
Literally.
It's delicious. Who doesn't like a grilled cheese?
Monsters.
When I was little, I called it a girl cheese because I thought my mom was making it for me and my sister.
That's so cute.
I thought they were girl cheeses.
Oh, that's so cute.
I didn't realize they were grilled.
I didn't get grilled cheeses.
Are you ready to hear about this week's?
I would love to, Claire.
So the book club is in full swing. All the women have arrived. They're kind of talking, but it's not going super well because, well, none of the women really read the book or finished it for that matter.
Relatable. Just kidding. I read.
And
I do my homework.
even the feminist topics that came up, nobody really wanted to like really talk about it. And then it made them think about some of the personal things happening in their life, which is what happens in book clubs. Here we are, everyone. But nobody wanted to talk about that either because these women don't want to let each other know that their lives aren't like pristine, perfect.
That's not the cool thing to do back then.
It actually made me really sad. I have this very lightly in discussion that you feel the need to be that way with people you consider friends. Made me sad.
But I think also like on your own too, like it's hard to admit because you're not living, like you're having, you know, bad thoughts.
Yeah. And before this, remember, Margaret had just found out that she didn't win the essay contest that she really wanted to win. So her vibe was already a little off, and Walt did the thing with the cake. Viv and Bitsy are also very off. The only one who's kind of like not off is Charlotte, and she's getting increasingly frustrated because she's trying to talk about the book. She's trying to talk about feminism. She's hoping that this book made an impact on these housewives, but like I said, nobody really read it and everyone's just kind of off. So she gets very frustrated and she's like, "Where's your bar?" And Margaret's like, "Oh my God, I forgot about the punch that she made with like very little alcohol." And Charlotte's like, "No, girl, I'm going to go make us some cocktails." So our girl disappears. She comes back with some vodka stingers, which I've never had. Have you had? I almost made them for us today. I was like, that would have been fun if we had them today.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
It's pretty early in the day.
Yeah. She puts a little twist on them and she calls it truth serum because she needs everyone to just like chill the fuck out, open up. What's going on, housewives? By the second round, everyone is talking. The secrets start spilling out. So we find out that Viv is like, "I can't really drink because I'm quite certain I'm pregnant with baby number 7. Girl, that's a lot of babies. And she's 41. Obviously, we don't care about that, but all the women are like, "Oh my God, she's 41 and she's going to have her 7th child."
Somewhere out there, Anne Hathaway's cackling.
So Viv is crying, and she was really excited about going back to nursing. Her youngest child was just getting ready to go to school. And so now she's like, well, I don't think I can do this anymore because I'm pregnant now. And remember, she was at the pharmacist trying to get birth control, but the pharmacist wouldn't give it to her without written permission from her husband. And she shares this with the group, which is just like revolutionary for this group of women because they don't talk about these kinds of things. Also makes me sad, but listen, it's very 1960s. I'm like a blabbermouth. I'm like, Yana, guess what happened to me?
Be like, let's go kill that pharmacist.
Man at work said to me today. So then all the women, they're upset for her, which is great. It's great to have like camaraderie, especially when people agree with you. And Bitsy is like, you know what? My husband, King, he decided that they were going to go see a fertility specialist. She's sharing this with the group. But he is not seeing the fertility specialist. Only she is, because he says that it's her problem. He had a previous child in another marriage,
or something.
Another
relationship.
I don't think he cheated on her. I think it was like a previous marriage. I can't remember.
Sounds like
right
he already
now.
had a child.
It's not
in
that
the
relevant.
past.
Who cares?
Yeah.
He had a child, so he's like, I know for a fact it's not me, so it simply must be you. So only you will be getting fertility testing. And she's just kind of like not feeling super about this. And I think she's feeling a little like targeted. It doesn't feel like we'll figure this out together. It's like, you're the problem.
Well, and also like as a woman, you can't have a baby.
Yeah, especially in the 1960s.
Right. That's the only...
You haven't fulfilled your purpose.
That's your entire purpose. So if you can't do that, what's the point?
What do you serve, actually?
Yeah.
So sad, women. Listen, women in the 1960s, if you're listening to our podcast, goddamn, we love you.
We're sorry.
We're very sorry we love you so many. So, of course, the women are also like, they're upset for Bitsy now, too. And then Margaret is finally like, you know what? I spent weeks writing this essay for this magazine contest. I rented this typewriter. I named it Sylvia.
I know, that was...
I don't know. We don't really have to unpack that, but I think we just need to say it. And she poured her heart into this, and she got in that rejection letter right before the book club. And she's really upset about this. And all the women are like, oh my gosh. So they're all like finally talking to each other. They're finally being honest with each other.
True serum works.
That's right. Thanks, Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
And then the phone rings.
Ring, ring.
That's probably what they sounded like in the 1960s.
Yeah,
Good
for
job.
Sure. Thank you.
Good job. And she answers the phone, and Margaret's kind of like, she's a little buzzed, and she's like a little agitated, and she's like, who is this? And it's like, hey, he sounds very grumpy. His name is Leonard. He's an editor from The Women's Place, the magazine that she submitted this article to. And she's like, yeah, bitch, I know. I didn't win. Like, I don't need you to call me and tell me. And he's like, no, girl, like, we actually really liked your writing and your story, and we want to hire you as like a columnist for this magazine. But he's also like, just so you know, I don't really agree with this, but I'm just calling to tell you this. Yeah. And so she's like, what? But she's excited. We can't let Leonard take this away from us.
No, fuck Leonard.
She's so excited about this. She tells the girls immediately. They're like, you should absolutely do this. And Charlotte's like, you need to go to New York City, where the magazine is, and you need to meet with Leonard because he's iffy on you. And you need to like go charm him in person. Show this bitch what you got. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I'll go with you. I used to live in New York City. She just relocated. And the other girls are like, yeah, I'll help out with the kids. I'll do dinner. They all just like come together in the most beautiful way, honestly, to like support her and help her.
Yeah. And also, God forbid the husband watches his kids.
I know. And so before the book club ends, they decide that this was all wonderful. The book club should continue, and they will actually read The Feminine Mystique the next time they meet. And they've dubbed the group the Bettys, which is the name of the author of the book. So now they're the Bettys. Cool.
So cool.
Honestly, I think it's really cool. I love when women like come together and make community. Read Lord of the Flies, okay? And figure out what men do by themselves. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway.
That was a rough one.
The show on Netflix is they did a very good interpretation of it. And, you know, like the colors and stuff that I like, it's all in there.
Love the tropes.
I know you do. So now when Walt, Margaret's husband, finds out about her new job, he's not super excited about this. Not only is this just not something women do, but he verbally does the math in front of her for like the train tickets to New York City, the typewriter she's going to have to rent, the amount of money she'll make per article. And he's like, this is really a hobby, so I wouldn't call this a job. And, you should really keep your expectations low. We're just going to put that right there and pocket that in discussion, everyone.
Well, also
No, we're not. Yana's going to tell us.
Well, no, his other piece of it, just like covering it up to be like, I'm just trying to take care of you and not get your hopes up. He's trying to...
Do you think he's threatened?
Well, again, I don't like to give men the benefit of the doubt, but...
You're making that clear in every episode.
I feel like we should rename the podcast. I don't like to give men the benefit of the doubt. New podcast starting next week. But I can see, like I said last time, I do remember this, that if your purpose is to provide for your family, then if your wife takes on a job, you start to feel like you're not doing enough to take care of your family, to the point that your wife now feels like she needs, like, what is she not fulfilled in her job as a wife and a mother, that she now has to look for more? Like, why isn't your family good enough? Because it's supposed to be good enough.
Right. First off, I'd just like to say congratulations on remembering. You did say that last episode.
Correct.
Second of all, I agree. And I think in a sense that is threatened in a sense, but it doesn't exactly have malintent.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like feeling weird about it.
Yeah.
But like, that's okay. We all have to internalize things.
Right. And as I said last time, which I also remember.
Oh, my goodness.
When Bitsy shared with the group that she took on a job at the stables, like the first response was like, is her husband's business not doing well?
Right. They were like, oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
So it does feel like the men also know that it's a bad look if their wife is working.
The pressure.
Yeah.
The pressure.
That said, to the death of all men anyway.
Okay, so then, thankfully, Walt has a moment of recognition here. He apologizes for calling it just a hobby and kind of devaluing her column. But as you can imagine, the damage has pretty much been done. But nonetheless, Margaret is really just trying to keep the peace between them. She's really happy about this. And so she tries to get a little with Walt.
She sure does.
Not in like an aggressive way. We're in the 1960s, everyone.
Yeah, she's like, let me just touch his neck.
And yeah, and she puts like her strap down on her shoulder.
She's like, look at
That's
my shoulder. It's a naked shoulder.
And sadly, Walt is like, have a good night. And he leaves to go watch his sports.
Listen, 1960s aside, just like any year aside, us women, we are trained that like men always want it. So that no matter what, if a man rejects your putting yourself out there, it's a hard one.
It's an open wound.
Yeah.
It's a blister that immediately formed and popped open with some salt on top.
I think all of us, like in any relationship we've been in that we feel are like solid and whatever, it stings.
Well, it's like it's her husband.
Totally.
So, yeah.
Yeah. They're supposed to always be on.
Yeah. But, male perception, maybe not cool.
Yeah.
So, hey, man, we're thinking about you too, okay, as we read this woman book. Look at us. We're growing.
I'm still coming for you.
So
watch your back, bitch.
So
you might be strong physically, but I'm strong with my words, bitch.
My mental, my mind games.
That's right. I'll fuck with you no matter what.
I just bought the best locks on Amazon. If anyone wants the link,
try and attack Claire's house.
Try to come to this house.
Try.
I'll send you all the link. Email me.
And her address.
Not my address. You can get the link though. Okay, so the two women, so this is Charlotte and Margaret, they're now on their way to New York City, and they're on a strict schedule. They need to make sure that they don't miss this last train back home because, Walt is really not super happy about this, and she's promised that there's going to be coverage for, like, this day. She'll be home at night, and everything will commence as normal. It's, like, very serious that they don't miss this last train. Charlotte's a lot more lax about it. She's like, she's kind of like hoping, I think, that they miss the train. Like, she loves New York City. She's a big city gal. She has a lot of friends there. It doesn't seem that she would sabotage sabotage this.
Right.
But she's trying to like get Margaret to loosen up a bit.
To be fair, though, Charlotte also has more money and
That's
a
true.
less mean husband.
I honestly think I would do the same thing as Charlotte. I'd be like, come on, let's like spend the night and have a girls'
Yeah, and I would be
night.
Margaret that's like, Claire, we cannot miss
She's
the
like,
train.
No, there's these martinis at this place that we have
and I'd
to
be like,
try.
no, I do not have the 10 extra cents.
Yeah.
I'm on a strict allowance.
I'd be like, I'll pay for you.
No,
and then
I'd be
leave
like,
at,
I don't need your pity money. But also, yes.
We'll leave at 5 o'clock in the morning. We'll get there first thing before Walt wakes up. Like,
you want me to pretend you're going to wake up for a 5 a.m. train?
I would do it if you let me spend the night in New York
you
City.
Fucking
you know
wouldn't.
I would. You
no,
know I
at
would.
5 a.m, you'd be like, I'll buy the next train too.
That's so true.
There's no fucking way.
I'll buy your plane ticket.
Yeah, I don't fucking care. We'll buy a whole car here and drive it back. I don't want to do this. No way in fucking hell are you getting up for a 5 a.m. train.
That's funny. That's
after
so
we've gone
true.
out for martinis the night
You're
before.
Right. I'm so sorry. You're right.
Thank you.
I would do that.
Yeah.
I'd be like, take my money.
Absolutely.
And
You'd wake up and be like, kill me, and then go back to
I'll
sleep.
pay an Uber for you to get home overnight.
Uber hasn't been invented yet. But I will invent a whole
I'll
company.
get a taxi. What's a horse and carriage for you?
A horse and buggy for us.
I'll get it. Okay.
Oh my God.
Sorry, everyone. We're going to get to this. We're so sorry.
We're just best friends.
We're just like such
We
good
love
friends. It's
reading.
hard not to be banter. Okay. So Margaret, they're in the city. She's feeling intimidated. It's very big. And she's super nervous about meeting this grumpy editor, Leonard. And she's really convinced that she's going to blow it. Of course, Charlotte's like, no, girl, you got this, right? So Charlotte goes off to like shop and do whatever. And Margaret goes into the headquarters of this Women's Place magazine. And she meets Leonard. And, he's grumpy because
Man.
And she brings in her charm and she brings some samples of her writing. He reads them. He enjoys what she has brought forth. He enjoys her presence and, her charm. And he's lightening up a little bit. But I think he's generally just kind of like a grumpy human. Me too.
Relatable.
Yeah. And he's like, hey, I want you to come and meet our executive editor. I think he's like the founder of the magazine. And he's like, you need to come meet him and, go from there. In the back of her mind, she's like, oh, the train. But she goes, she meets him. He's like, I'm actually the one who really advocated for you to have this column because I loved your article and your writing. And so they're going to do this whole piece on her. Like real housewife writing for the magazine kind of thing. And they're going to do a like little feature of her. She's very excited about this. It goes really well. And then she gets out of there at last. She's rushing for the train station. It's like right before this last train is going to leave. And she sees Charlotte outside. Thank goodness. She's standing very close to this man named Lawrence. And it's just like a little close. Margaret's like, what's that all about? And when Margaret comes up to them, Charlotte's like, hey, this is my friend. We just happen to run into each other, like swapping taxis. How incredible. It's kind of just like a slightly awkward interaction because Margaret's feeling like the two of them kind of have something going on between them. Not like actually, but she can feel like the chemistry, like the desire that they would like to have between them. So they get on the train and Margaret kind of tries to bring it up. It's like, hey, who is that guy? And what's the situation? She's like, oh, his name is Lawrence. He's one of my friends from a long time ago. He's wonderful. And Margaret's kind of like, he looked at you very longingly. Do you think you should be hanging out with someone like this when you're a married woman? And Charlotte really doesn't want to have this conversation. She's like, let's go get martinis. And they get martinis and they don't talk about it. And she kind of shuts down and she falls asleep on the train. And it's kind of like, this is not up for discussion. So whatever. The train gets back. Margaret has to drive Charlotte home because martinis. And she gets back to her house and Walt is sitting there. He's watching baseball and he has 5 empty beer bottles next to him and he's sipping on another one. That's like a pack of beer, Yada. That's like 6. That's a 6-pack.
No, your mouth is correct.
I know about beer, okay?
No. And you know about counting beer.
Wow, that's like a lot.
It's a lot.
So he doesn't really ask her how her day went or how her trip went, even though he knew that this is what she was doing. Whatever. She goes to bed. And that night, she has this reoccurring nightmare that I guess she hasn't had in many years. And she wakes up in this, like, in her dream, unfamiliar house. She's looking for someone. She's opening her refrigerator. And then she starts screaming. We don't know what she saw, but I'm sure we'll find out eventually. But Walt is the one who wakes her up. And he's like, you haven't had this dream in so long. You must be so stressed. It must be this new column, this job that you're taking on. You know, he's really just trying to discourage her from doing this. And she's like, no, I really don't think that's what it is.
Fucking Walt.
And
Walter.
she doesn't like press on it too much because she knows he's sour on it. But it just kind of ends up being this like another unsaid thing between the two of them. In the following days, Margaret, she's kind of waiting for Charlotte to call. The train ride didn't end so well. It was like awkward. She brought that up. Maybe she shouldn't have. And she's like, I'm just going to wait for Charlotte to reach out. So a couple days pass. And Charlotte finally reaches out. She acts like nothing happened. And she's like, hey, want to come with me to go shopping? And so the two go shopping and then they start doing just like a ton of stuff together. They're really like growing their friendship throughout the next couple of days, weeks. And then before the next book club is about to meet, Charlotte invites all the Bettys on a field trip. She picks them all up in her fancy car and they're all excited because I guess like electric cars weren't a thing.
Not
like,
electric cars.
Yeah, she put not like electric, but
they have electric power.
Yeah, like one of them puts the window down with a
button.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh my god, I think I broke something." It's like, "No, that's just what you do." It's cute. Anyway, she takes him to the Washington Gallery of Modern Art. This is where we get to see a different side of Charlotte. She's been very like spicy, independent, you know, sarcastic, smoking gal. And in the gallery, she's a painter herself, and she's a lot more serious. She's a lot more thoughtful. She's encouraging the girls to think about art in a different way. It's not about like, is it good? Is it bad? Like, did it make you feel something? You know, I have this in discussion. I'm so sorry for you.
I'm not.
And at first the women are like, yeah, I don't get it. But then after Charlotte talks to them, they really start to get into the experience. They're looking at the art. They're thinking about their feelings. And they start discussing their favorite paintings. And then at the end of the tour, Charlotte walks directly to a small painting in the corner. And she just kind of like ignores everyone. She just kind of goes straight for this. And Margaret's watching her. And she says that she has this same hungry look in her eyes that Lawrence had, the train man, when he was, just in case you forgot, that he had when he was watching her walk away. And she realizes that the signature on this painting is Lawrence. So she's like, okay.
Yeah.
She didn't just like bring us here to look at art. She wanted to see Lawrence's work. And then Margaret makes a choice in this moment. And she says, sometimes when a friendship is new and precious, there are things you'd rather not know or things you just like shouldn't ask about, which I have in discussion as well.
There's a lot I haven't told you.
Great. I'd love to learn new things about
I'm not
you.
going to tell you. There's some things you don't discuss, Claire.
I think maybe she's right. We'll see. So then these pages wrap up with, we're focusing on Viv. Remember, she's the one who's 41 and with her 7th child. And she's been quietly job hunting for a couple weeks. She's embarrassed to tell anyone because she's been getting rejected everywhere she goes. Remember, she's looking for nursing roles. And then she drives to DC to interview with a Dr. Francesca. It's very rare to see a woman doctor, especially in this working class neighborhood. It's not like a fancy neighborhood. It's, you know, it's working class. And Viv is skeptical. She's never worked for a woman before. So interesting. It's just like, I can't.
I know.
And Dr.
We're so blessed not to have to deal with it.
I know. I mean, I'll talk about it later. But Dr. Francesca quickly wins her over with her incredible charm and professionalism. She's warm, she's direct, she's like a steward of the neighborhood that she grew up in. She also doesn't care that Viv is pregnant with her 7th child and will obviously have to go on leave quite soon. Ugh, women, I'm so sorry. This is like a terrible thing that you have to think about, you know? Okay, we're almost there. We're going to get into discussion. I'm sad. Okay. Dr. Francesca offers her the job on the spot, and Viv accepts without speaking to her husband.
Not cool, Viv.
Not
Just
cool.
Do what you want to do.
Obviously,
girl.
we're joking, but I'm only mentioning it because it feels like maybe something that will come up eventually.
I personally would talk to my husband.
She's hiding her pregnancy and her job at this point from her husband, Donnie. Her plan is just to ride it out as long as she can, and she's going to prove to everyone that she can handle this. That's where it ends. Okay, we took a quick break, you don't know, but I got a martini and Yana got some coffee because that's the kind of women we are.
I don't drink.
That's a lie. She has things to do this evening and I don't, so that's why we did what we did. Okay, the first thing I wanted to say, I'm sorry, Yana, do you have any discussion points?
Yeah, but I want to get to yours first.
Oh,
I'm
thank
just
you
always nervous we
so
won't get to yours, and
much.
I'm selfless like that.
Oh, you are.
I'll text you about mine later.
I can't wait to hear about it.
Yeah, me too.
Text our listeners too.
Okay.
Okay. The beginning of this set of pages where the women couldn't be honest with each other. Like I said, I don't think there's much to say on this. It just made me feel really sad. I have a quote here from Margaret. She said, "Lately there seemed to be a lot more downs." But Margaret wasn't about to share that with the group any more than she'd tell them about the essay contest, admitting that her weeks of hard work and hope had come to naught. I feel like we've all known this feeling where you're not close enough with someone and something's really important to you and you want to be able to talk about it, but you can't. And then I was like, man, these women like have known each other for some time in this neighborhood and they are just kind of like projecting this perfect version of themselves. So they all fit in and they all are like the perfect housewife and mom and whatever. And it's like to just have these like empty kind of friendships. Yeah. I don't know if that was something that women dealt with in the 1960s.
I think we still do it now.
I agree. And it's like you have to put this like perception of you out there. It's kind of empty, right? Like you don't get to actually say what you wanted to say.
Yeah, but sometimes you're also not like ready to say what you want to say because you don't want to hear the answer.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, that's true too.
Right? Like you want to talk about it, but you know what people are going to say.
But I feel like that's what happened at the beginning. Like they all came to the book club. They were going to talk about the feminine mystique, kind of, but they didn't really read it. And Charlotte was like, tell me about like your housewife life, or like tell me what you want to do next. And they all have these experiences that relate to this book, but none of them are willing to talk about it because that's not what the perfect housewife does. Yeah, okay. So then she gets them drunk.
Always the solution.
Right? Sometimes you need some liquid courage. Not in weird ways, everyone. This is a women group. Calm down. And then they all finally were like, yeah, I didn't want to be pregnant. I'm having trouble having kids. And my husband said it's not me, it's him. So I have to do this. And Margaret's like, well, fuck all of you. I fucking lost this contest I was super excited about, and Walt took this big chunk of my cake, girls. Yeah. I don't know.
I think it's also hard because, like, the things that they want to discuss with each other, they're all such sensitive topics. It's not, like, oh, do you like turkey on your sandwich or ham? That's my idea of a not so serious conversation.
That's not fun at all.
Like, it's serious. It's like
turkey.
You have okay, so Viv is here and she's like, she is trying to admit that she didn't want the seventh kid. But at the same time, she has Bitsy with her who
can't have kids.
Who can't have kids right now. And so it's like, how do you, right. So like, how do you complain about that?
Right.
When this other woman you barely know and you're trying to somehow bond with, like even now when we're not in the 1960s, like how would you have that conversation?
Yeah, it's hard. And then like Margaret's upset about her essay. Meanwhile, Charlotte has had a hard time the entire time trying to sell her paintings. And Charlotte's like, girl, come talk to me when you've been rejected like 1,000 times. You've been rejected once so far for your creative art form. And then on top of that, she got the phone call that night saying like, hey, you've been rejected, but we want you to be a columnist. Right. Which is better if you ask me. And like Charlotte doesn't
Carrie Bradshaw
know that life, Oh, that's right. Mm-hmm. We're not ready to play our Sex and the City mashup yet, but I think we're getting closer.
Every day.
Every day. Okay. Did you know what the rabbit dies meant?
I don't remember that part.
Okay, they were talking about like Vivian and her pregnancy. And she's like, the rabbit always dies.
I don't remember.
I just felt like I had to talk about this because I didn't know what it meant. But I looked it up. And it's a historical tongue-in-cheek euphemism that means a woman is pregnant. It originates from the 20th century. It's like pregnancy tests to check for the pregnancy hormone HCG. Mm-hmm. A woman's urine was injected into a female rabbit because doctors originally had to perform surgery to inspect the rabbit's ovaries for pregnancy indicators. it was like that's how they tested for pregnancy back then. And then the public misinterpreted this process, falsely believing the rabbit only died if the test was positive. Thus, hearing the rabbit died became the term. It was a coded way to announce a positive pregnancy test. This phrase became obsolete with the invention of modern over-the-counter chemical pregnancy tests in the 1960s. I didn't know that. I thought that was so interesting.
I didn't realize, like, I remember when reading these chapters and that part where Viv is with the doctor interviewing for the job and the doctor's like, are you sure you're pregnant? You know?
Do you think maybe she's not?
Well, it did make me wonder for a second, but also I was like, I don't know, like, again, it was like the 1960s were not that long ago.
I know you kept saying that.
Right, last time.
You're not wrong.
But
oh my God, you remember.
I remember.
I think we should talk about what this means.
Do you think
about
I've been
you.
faking it this whole time?
No, I think my mom and I were talking about this. Love you, Mom.
Fuck you.
She was like, I hope Yana's not really that worried about her memory. And I was like, I think she kind of is.
Yeah, I'm a little worried.
She was like, you know what my mom used to always say? If I care about it, I'll remember it. And if I don't, then I don't. So I think maybe
interesting. I care about women.
Remember we play What Does Yana Remember at the end? When you like a book more, you remember more. So I think with this book, you like it a lot and you're remembering more. Well, we'll see. We'll test it out, everyone.
Yeah, we'll definitely test it out.
But
Let's
if you're
not get
a
ahead of
neurologist,
ourselves.
Sponsor us.
Absolutely.
On behalf of
and
Yana.
if you're single, call me.
Yeah. Just Yana. I'm okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I have my
you
dog.
date one of us. You date both of us.
It's true.
But I guess moments like this shock me where I'm like, the 1960s weren't that long ago. Like, what do you mean they didn't know yet how to test on their own if they were pregnant? It's wild to me because that really was not long ago. And
it just speaks to women's health.
Yeah. I hadn't
put that out there.
I don't know. Like, I think so naively in my brain, I was like, oh, first alert P tests were around forever.
No,
they really weren't.
Not at all.
Yeah. So dumb.
Isn't that fascinating though? Like I said, I don't know if there's a big talking point to it, but I read that part. That's kind of fascinating that that's how they went about pregnancy test for women in the 1960s. I'm actually surprised you didn't Google it because you always Google shit like that.
I don't think I really noticed it. So yeah, the first at-home pregnancy test was invented in 1967. Wow.
So it became like
also,
a
so we really had to hurt rabbits in the meantime?
That'd be so interesting to like talk to your parent or grandma. Dude, I bet my grandma was
in ancient Egypt in 1350 BCE. One of the earliest records of a urine-based test was from then. Women would urinate on bags of wheat and barley, and if the seeds sprouted, it indicated pregnancy.
Dude.
But also the seeds would sprout. Oh, that's right, because it's a liquid.
And it probably has certain minerals and
then,
such.
It says the rabbit test, 1920s to 1950s.
Isn't that fascinating? But also,
Rabbits,
like, guys,
mice, or toads.
We're kind of behind on women's health. Like, this was the 1960s. And there was like rabbits involved to confirm pregnancy.
The FDA also didn't approve this until 1977.
Approve what?
The home pregnancy test.
What year?
So it was invented in 1967, where you would mix urine with chemicals and red blood cells, and it would take 2 hours to get the result.
Holy shit. Can you imagine waiting 2 hours?
And then the FDA approved it in 1977 after fighting corporate and social resistance to the idea of women testing themselves at home.
Shut the fuck up.
So that's when EPT first came out, the error-proof test. And Clear Blue came out with their 30-minute test in 1985.
So fucking revolutionary.
I know.
30 minutes. Was it 50 minutes now?
30 minutes.
No, but today I think it's 15 minutes.
No,
right?
I think it's less.
Oh, great.
So,
great.
Because Clear Blue now just shows pregnant or not pregnant.
This is insane. I'm so sorry, everyone. Like, goddamn, girls. You're so wonderful. You're so strong. You're so incredible. And it's so hard to be a woman.
It really is.
I'm so sorry. I can't even imagine what it was like being a woman in these earlier times, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. I just hope we don't go backwards like we were talking about in the last episode. You're wonderful women. You're powerful. Yeah. You're perfect.
Most tests now will show results within 3 to 5 minutes.
That's insane. You went from peeing on, what was it, Egyptians' wheat.
On wheat and barley. We just ate barley for lunch.
Waiting for something to grow. Then we went to rabbits.
And dissecting them. We had to kill the rabbit.
And then we went from like a 2-hour pregnancy test that the FDA had to fight for women to have the right to do. And now we're down to 3 to 5 minutes. You know what, though? That's progress.
Here's the thing, though. All you women out there who are like, I'm fine giving up my right to vote and just have my husband do it for the whole family. Remember this.
Yeah, maybe just think about this a little bit, you know?
Some people have to fight for this stuff.
We love all of you.
Whatever.
Just like think about some shit. That's all we're saying. Honestly, you probably not listen to this podcast if you did that.
You probably don't have
I think you
books.
probably learned pretty early on not to listen. I didn't really think that was going to be a big discussion, but it was quite fascinating.
Yeah, that's really
wasn't
fascinating.
it?
I did not look that up. I didn't
I thought you
really
would like that.
I didn't notice
I Googled it.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Love learning. And women are allowed to learn now.
Oh my God, that's crazy. We get to go to college.
What?
And we get to vote. Okay, let's move on. Walt, Margaret's husband, calling her new job a hobby.
Yeah.
He also rejected her sex
Attempt. Her initiation of
the sexual
the
intercourse.
sexual intercourse.
The sexual intercourse.
Barcelona.
And then he also didn't ask about her trip to NYC.
Yeah.
I think we should just unpack Walt a little bit here, which we kind of did a bit.
Walt's a man-child. And honestly, I do, again...
You're like, I don't need to unpack anything.
I
Walt's
don't-
a man-child. Fuck that bitch.
Here's the thing. Once again, I will say I don't like to stand up for men, but he's a man-child in the way he's been trained to be a man-child. This is how he has been taught to function. And he's like, hey, I'm mad and I don't know how to communicate my feelings because no one taught me it was okay for men to communicate their feelings.
Which I think is also something to talk about, by the way, especially in the 1960s.
Right. So he's like, I'm just going to throw a fit like a fucking 5-year-old and I'm just not going to ask you about your day. I'm not going to like look you in the eye. I'm just going to be like, I'm fine. And just like, whatever. And again, no fault of his own because this is like normal.
For the 1960s.
Sure.
I think today we should think about that a little bit harder.
No, today I'll literally slit your throat.
I'll hold the head back.
Yeah. Because like, grow up.
I mean, yeah, listen, I agree, but we're talking 1960s.
I know.
I think it's really worth a discussion though, right? Like you were saying before, in this time, these men, the pressure to provide, like you are responsible financially for your entire family, your wife, in Vivian's case, your 7 children, your mortgage, your groceries, your furniture, electricity. Like, that's a lot of pressure for one person.
Sure.
I'm not justifying his actions.
I think it's a lot of pressure too to be a mom of 7.
I agree.
And have to take care of all 7 children while also keeping your house taken care of and your husband taken care of, who's really your 8th child. Sorry. Not sorry, though. And they just get it done because they have to.
Well, I think that's the difference, though, right? Is like women are taught to just don't be emotional. That happens today, by the way. I have a lot of stories if you think that's not true. But we're talking about the 1960s, which is worse. But this woman, Margaret, all these women, they're taking care of many children on a budget.
Mm-hmm.
They're making dinner, they're cleaning the houses, they're making sure the children are educated, well fed, cleaned, ready for the next day. Not only the children, but the husband as well. And guess what? Herself, her body too. I know that's crazy.
I would say that's all harder than going to the office.
Honestly, I'd rather go to the office.
Yeah.
That's easier than some of the pressures that these people had to deal with in the 1960s. And she's having a really hard time too. He's having a hard time as well. We understand that he didn't take the path that he wanted. She kind of did. She wanted kids and a family and marriage, but that wasn't all she wanted. But what it comes down to, like you were saying, is how you're treating each other, right? Like there's a level of emotional intelligence about how you're sharing and projecting your feelings. And that's the difference between Walt and Margaret.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say, everyone.
The other one's not.
I'm not going to say it like that, but
I'm
Yana
saying
did.
it.
I did feel really sad that, well, it sounded like he understood that calling it a hobby was not cool. He like kind of recovered
Yeah, I
from
think
that.
he knows what he's doing isn't
Okay.
the right way of acting, but he can't help himself because he's a baby.
Where I really started to get agitated with him was like, third time's the charm. So then she got home from her trip. She worked really hard to make sure they didn't miss that last train. And she still came home to this man who was like drunk and upset. And he didn't even have like the decency to ask her how things went. I feel like honestly, regardless of a romantic relationship, that's just something a good friend does. Even if you're not sure about what your friend is doing or what's going on, if you know they're excited, you're like, hey, how did the thing go? Maybe I have my own feelings about it and maybe I don't think positively about it or that's not a good thing for you. But your friend's excited and you're like, hey, tell me how that thing went. I'm so excited for you. He couldn't even do that.
Maybe. And I will say, too, your point of like the sexual rejection thing, it's okay to sexually reject people. That's fine, even if you're a man. You're absolutely allowed to say, no, thank you. But he did that with a very different purpose. That rejection was different than like, I'm just not really in the mood right now.
Right.
And there's a different way to say it, right? Like he could have just been like, hey, I'm really tired, or like, I'm just like not feeling it right now. There's a different way to do it than just like, good night.
Right. And it was like, maybe had they not talked about that at all, but she had done that, shoulder strap drop.
Which is probably hard for her too.
Right? Maybe he might have said yes, but because it was kind of like infused with this her getting a job thing, he was like, girl.
So while I fully support your right to say no thank you to sex, regardless of what sex you are, I don't like the way he did it.
Also, the cake thing just honestly sticks with me. No, the fact that he did that to her cake was one of the meanest things I can ever think of. To do that to someone, it's cruel. Absolutely. Honestly, I can't get over it. But I just want to say that regardless, I think that Walt has an interesting story in himself with like the fact that he fell into his societal role of being the man, the provider, security. He's obviously struggling. He's projecting that in certain ways. But I am curious to see where his story goes. I feel like of all the husbands, we really don't learn much. We just only really have learned about Walt so far.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, I like the name Walt. Like, come on, it's a good name.
Walt Disney.
Walt. That's all we know, Disney.
Walter Reed Hospital.
There you go. Okay, let's talk about Margaret and Charlotte's train ride home. And this topic of, is it best for best friends? Are there some things left best unsaid?
Well, they're not best friends.
No, that's fair. But they're flourishing a new relationship. So do you find with new friendships that, when you meet someone who you're really jiving with, you hang out maybe like 3 or 4 times and it's growing. You're like, yeah, this bitch is my bitch. But then it's like, maybe I shouldn't say that thing because I don't really know that person well enough actually yet to talk about it. Like, I feel like with friendships like you and I, even if you get mad at me, I could be like, I don't think you should have done that. This is what's up. I support you regardless, but like, that's fucked. And you would be like kind of agitated, but you'd be like, fuck you, bitch. But like, I'm going to go do that. Yeah, okay, that's cool. But with new friendships where you're really feeling like that connection, are some things better left tucked under the table for now? Or should you just put that shit out there?
I just think it depends on the other person. I think some things might be better left unsaid for now.
At the beginning of a friendship.
At the beginning, or depending on the timing of what's going on. Like some things you just need to sit on a little bit longer before you're ready to hear a response. And it's like the same of sometimes people want to vent without hearing a response. I don't think it makes it any less of a friendship that you're not discussing that stuff, but that's just not really like an area that's open right now.
It's kind of like personality too. Some people, they're very proper.
I too am very proper.
It's like, oh, that's not something we discuss. But I kind of think that's what this book is, though. Think about the beginning of the book where they were at the book club and they wouldn't talk. It's not the proper thing to do to like talk about the troubles with your husband or talk about the fact that you don't want a child. You're not super excited about a 7th child at 41, or you've been targeted as like you're the problem when it comes down to having babies. Maybe those topics were like not proper for the time.
Right. But also it's like, it's just so hard because you don't really know these women yet. So you
feels
can't.
Like those women, they know each other though.
But they don't know each other well enough maybe to feel confident that if they share troubles of their marriage, that won't get back to their husband. I think it takes a little bit of time to really figure out like who's a girl's girl and who you confide in and not worry about it getting back.
Do you have friendships? Obviously,
I don't
not
have
just
any friends other than you.
not just me, where you feel like you need to like hold something inside before you share it with anyone?
I think the vast majority of my friends, no, I don't have that situation, but I'm also a pretty open book. But I know of other people who wouldn't.
I think it really depends like who you are as a person.
And
like,
what the topic is.
Yeah. Like I have things where I may not be proud of or maybe I'm embarrassed, but like there's like two people I would tell because maybe I feel bad about it and I know you'd be honest with me. Like if I told you something and you were like, yeah, Claire, that was not a good choice. I knew I could handle it coming from you than like anyone else.
Yeah.
But otherwise, there's a lot of friendships where you're just like, I'm not going to say that at all because I don't.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I think that means that maybe there are some things better left.
Maybe.
Unsaid.
Perhaps.
Depending on your friendship, depending on the situation.
Yeah, and time in the friendship.
I'm curious to see where things go with Margaret and Charlotte because they're like fire and ice.
Yeah.
So, okay, the last thing I have in the gallery, Margaret has a thought. She says, no matter the mood, message, palette, or technique, every canvas in the room exuded confidence. As if not one of the artists ever doubted himself or questioned his right to be there. What must that feel like? That's the last discussion point, everyone.
I don't know that it has to be discussed. I think we all get it.
It was like a...
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, what must it be like?
Like, these housewives are in there, not sure about art. They're getting into it, thankfully, because their friend is like, no, think about it this way. And then they're like, wow, like, what is it like to be a person in the world who's just confident in who you are, confident what you do, and you didn't even think twice about that shit.
Some would say it's 2026 and we still don't really know.
I just feel sad about it. I just wish women didn't feel that way, and I know so many women who do. Yana, what's your food rating?
I was thinking about those, like, I don't know what they're called. They're like cookie dessert things that are like rolled. They look like almost like long cigarettes.
Oh, they're like, no.
Yeah,
That's
they're
not
like,
it, no. I was thinking the Italian ones, but they're not
I mean, they are
long.
like Italian. They're like spiraled inside and kind of like cigarette wafer type kind of things. And you can get them like vanilla or you can get them hazelnut or chocolate or whatever. But I was thinking of like the unwrapping it. There's people who just like bite through it. I like to like pick around it.
When did you have this treat? This treat.
Mercury's.
Treat.
I don't know. You can buy them. You had them once around the holidays.
For Crease?
Yeah, for Crease. You got them in like a tin at Trader Joe's and they're the different... It's the different flavors.
So like once you dip in coffee and stuff, they're kind of crunchy.
Yeah, they're crunchy.
Yeah.
But like, I like
see.
to pick them, unwrap them until I can get the inside instead of just like biting through it.
I didn't
like
even know you could do that. I've never tried.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a while.
I bet.
You have to really like dedicate the time. What are they called, you think?
I feel like it's usually something you dunk in like a tea or a coffee.
A Bitsy. No, that's not right.
I like the confidence there, though.
I mean, they're literally called cigarette cookies.
Wait, no, for real?
Yeah.
Let me see. She's on her phone. Yeah, like a chocolate or some shit.
Baton wafer cookies.
It feels really fancy. I like
the remember these
name.
pumpkin spice
I'm obsessed with those.
Yeah. And
that's my basic
this is what you got.
Trait.
This is what you got, one of the Mary Crease.
For Mary Crease. Treasure Joe's has good, this cigarette
okay, so these are
for
batons. They're like cookies filled with shit. But yeah, just like I'm thinking about it in the like unwrap layer by layer. Yeah.
That is incredibly specific.
Yeah. Well, what's yours? What's your food rating? Yeah. No, mine was really good. What's yours?
This reminds me of my grandma used to make... R.I.P. girl. Love you so much. She used to take like your basic box recipes, but she'd put a little flair on it herself. So like for instance, she would get the Jell-O cheesecake mix that you get in like the little box.
Yeah.
But it was so good. It was like, holy shit. She took this weird box thing and then she put like a little like Anna flair to it. And then it was like so delicious and so special.
What's
And
that secret ingredient of love?
exactly. It's the secrets.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I felt about these chapters. It was like there was
Interesting.
always an undertone of something deep
Yeah.
and secret, but wonderful at its core. You know, she would take a bite. She'd say the thing that we all hate. She would say, "That's so moist." And we were like,
Yeah.
God damn it, Grandma. Don't you know people hate that word? But she didn't know because she actually was like a woman of the 60s. But she thought that word was a good word to use.
Good
And
for you,
It's
Anna.
not. But she wasn't wrong.
No,
It was moist.
I
Just didn't
approve.
want to say it.
I would go for some moist cake right now.
Me too. Oh, Grandma. Miss you, girl. Yana,
Mm-hmm.
what are you reading? What's your sexy side piece book?
I'm reading Heart the Lover still. I'm only like a fifth of the way in. What are you reading? Court of...
No. I am almost done with Game On.
Mm-hmm.
Nevessa Allen. It's very different from Lights Out or Caught Up.
Okay, I'm gonna have to put that back on my list.
You should read it. If you enjoyed Let's Out to any extent, you should read Game On. Listen, the enemies to lovers story is so...
That's Claire and I.
It's addicting. You're like, how are they ever going to be lovers in this situation?
It's absolutely unthinkable.
I literally have like 50 pages left, and I'm like, I don't know how these two are supposed to reconcile through this.
I bet they'll find a way.
I'm sure they will, but I really enjoy it.
Okay,
It's
good.
like feisty, fun read. I'm also reading Brimstone.
Yep, bet you are.
I hit a big pause on that because I got
Yeah.
too sucked into Game On. And then obviously I'm reading this book, which is, so it's a lot to juggle. So
Yeah, no,
I'm
you're
really into Game On.
Yeah, well,
I really, really like
I'm
it.
juggling like all my social activities. You're juggling so many books.
You don't have to read Caught Up. Like, you can
I won't
literally
be.
go from...
That's fine. I
Like,
won't catch up.
They barely talk about Caught Up. They still talk about Josh and Allie in Lights Out, like a little bit, because Tyler was their best friend, if you recall. You probably don't.
I do recall,
But
you asshole.
it's very lightly, but they so rarely talk about the second book, which I didn't like that at all. Listen, everyone, Nevessa Allen, she's got some spash if you need it. So, friends, as you know, because I'm sure you listen to this every single week, we're still growing this podcast and we're doing a good job and you're helping us. So please continue to follow us on your favorite podcast streaming platforms. Share us with all your friends and family and coworkers, people you like, people you hate, people who are just...
There's a little something for everyone in this podcast.
Yeah, people are peopling.
Even if you hate us, email us.
We'll take it. Just be
Yeah.
like, bitches, fuck you. We'll be like, you too.
Yeah, and then we're going to troll you in front of everyone else.
Absolutely. But most importantly, after you finish this episode, whatever platform you're on, tap that 5-star. Like.
You too are a moist cake.
Whoa.
A little slice of cake.
And as always, dear friends, we just love to read.
And we love to read for you too.
We do. And we love to share these stories with you and these topics of discussion with you.
Soups of scush.
So if nothing else, remember,
Keep on reading. Ring, ring. What was that? Okay, bye.